Okay, so talking about a lot of this activating of this astral pyramid stuff and stuff that I've been kind of like kicking it on for the past couple months. A lot of this is real hot science. It's a real secret science, and I mean I'm not gonna lie. I don't think that a lot of society is really ready for it. To be honest with you, because it's kind of similar to like, I mean, to bring it down to the mundane, for all my people out there that grew up in the hood and know anything about, gang banging and all of that. But when you get into the astral pyramid thing, it's really kind of like a form of gang banging, or kind of starting your own gang. Not gang, it does lead to kind of like being like gang banging, but it starts out as like kind of like a way of starting your own gang type of thing. And I'm real reluctant to promote a lot of it on YouTube because, I don't want people to feel like I'm telling people to go out here and start gangs and things of that nature. That's not what I'm doing. However, we are in the age of Aquarius, and the age of Aquarius is about groupthink. And it's about groupthink from more of like a non-religious perspective. So what you got to understand is that it's not like the age of Pisces groupthink where it's like religious groupthink, where you're instilling morals and dogma and all of that, which even goes into a lot of your Freemasonry, because Freemasonry is groupthink, but that's going into instilling, that kind of stemming from religion, whereas the age of Aquarius in its rawest form is going to be groupthink, more so dealing with like cults, like a cultish type of mentality, not an occultish mentality, even though it does go into the occult, but a cultish mentality. That's what it gets into. So to kind of understand, I guess, the next level of it, which is, I'm going to talk about the inner transmitter. I'm going to kind of cover the original casting just very briefly, just to kind of point out a few things. If you don't know what I'm talking about, watch the video I did called The Original Casting, which was a couple of videos back that I did, and it was in relationship to activating the astral pyramid. Now, when you get into this original casting, it's like you really forming a gang. That's what you got to really understand. You're really like forming your own group, and it's deeper. It's kind of like film, kind of like putting together a movie casting, like a group of people that are getting ready to shoot a movie. But it's real. You got to remember, it's real. But it's going to get so real once you get into doing the rituals and stuff like that, a lot of which I'm going to cover later on, but I'm not going to cover here. But like once you get into doing a lot of the rituals are just basic rituals that I've already talked about, like the money rituals, the sacred banishing rituals dealing with spiritual cleansing, the money rituals. What else did I talked about? The sexual rituals and stuff like that. So like once you get into all of that, you start to do that, your life is going to shift. Shit is going to start really feeling like a damn fucking sci-fi movie. Like, real talk. Shit is going to get really crazy. Like, once you start getting into this thing or whatever, and I'm not making this up, like, it's going to get like, you're going to be like, damn, what happens next? It's interesting, but it's kind of scary. It has highs and lows, just like a movie. When you're watching the average movie, you're excited on one part, then on the next part, you're scared as hell, then on the next part, you're angry. It goes through shifts like that. Life is not boring. You see, when you get into this thing, and if you follow it, who knows where it's going to take you. To be honest with you, who knows where it's going to take you. So when you get into this original casting, it's like you forming your own gang, right? And that's what you got to like understand. Like, you are getting into having your own group. But the thing is, here's the catch to it though, and this is where the spiritual part comes in at, because it's still spiritual. This is not, not saying like be like, some gang leader and, and go form some of the gangs, the popular gangs out there. I'm not going to name them because I'm not a snitch and I'm not nowhere near finna name any gang on this video right now. But you know what I'm talking about, gangs. There's many gangs out there. But this is not mundane like that though. It can get deep because you can have people in your original casting that don't even know they're in it. That's right, you can have people acting in your movie that don't realize that they're acting in your movie, and that's something that I wanted to kind of point out. That's something that I started testing out with the Starseed movement. Remember when I was talking about how I was contacting certain celebrities and they was getting the messages and all of that? A lot of the celebrities, I know they are really getting the messages, and we do speak like in real time. Like I am in tune with so-called celebrities. I hate calling them celebrities because it's really just we all family. But I am in tune with people that you may consider kind of popular, you know, or whether it's politically or artistically or whatever the case may be. And I'm in tune with them. But some of them, I don't think they really realize they're a part of the Starseed movement, because that's really my original casting is the Starseed movement. So you guys are watching my stuff play out. Like I said, you guys are going to watch my shit play out. You guys are watching my shit play out like as we speak. And that's why I'm going to come before you in many different places, looking all kind of different ways, because I have to, this is a movie. I have to show you every single aspect of it until it ends. And either it's going to end where I can't record anymore, or I'm going to have somebody tell you, okay, he was written out the script, he died out, or whatever the case may be. I'm keeping it real with you. Or, and by the way, I didn't get locked up, because people was asking me, did I get locked up? No, I didn't get locked up. Or it's going to end up where I do get locked up, and I'm going to have to see if I can do it in jail and record from jail. And that's not going to happen. I'm not going to speak that into existence, but, because I mean, I'm the writer, of course. And I'll get into how you do all of that too. You have to write your movie. It's a lot of shit. It really is. But let me go ahead and get into the meat of this inner transmitter thing. So, because I know I'm all over the place and it's a lot that I could talk about. But I just want to point out, when you form your original casting, it's like you're starting a game, but it's not like the mundane version of a game. You have to contact these people and put them in it. Either you're going to contact them and tell them originally, if you are in contact with people, say, yo, we're going to do this thing that Rob Hotep's talking about, because I don't know your situation. You may have friends or associates and people that you watch your my videos with. You guys talk about my videos together. Like me, I don't have that. I don't even have anybody to run this by, like, hey, should I put this video out? Should I do that? I don't do none of that, because I'm so deep into this thing. I'm totally on a solo mission right now. I got a lot of partners out there, and they're a part of it, but I haven't even called them yet. But I know that they know they're a part of it, because I want to say this too. Thank you to all the people that's been supporting the movement. People have been sending donations, and some of my old partners from back in the day. I'm hyped up because I put you guys into my original casting, and y'all been helping me. I don't know if y'all knew this or not, if y'all watching the videos or what, but y'all must know it, because your name showed up. And you registered up under my Strawman account, up under the Moorish American Nations Strawman account, which is the PayPal thing that I leave on the bottom of the videos. You guys showed up on that, so obviously you know what I'm talking about. And I just want to say big ups to everybody that's been supporting and helping to get, because remember I said I was going to eventually make this physical and build a physical pyramid, where I'm actually in the inner chamber right now as we speak of the physical pyramid. I'm not going to show you too much of it, because I'm trying to be secretive, but what you're seeing behind me is some like graffiti actually. So this is part of the graffiti that I spoke about. And I'm going to speak more on that later on. I don't know when, but later on. I'm not really focused on that right now. But I am in the physical inner chamber now, because I told you I'm further along than you guys. I'm trying to teach you guys how to do it on a spiritual level. I'm in this shit physically, and I'll explain what that means. More videos past, like more videos down the line or whatever. But I do want to send a shout out to my homies. But yeah, so I put them in my original casting, and they've been getting the messages and been supporting. So I'm like, that's good. That's good. The Starseed movement is working. We're making a lot of progress. A lot of progress. There's a lot of stuff I want to talk about, but I'm not going to address it here. So I do want to point that out. You guys have to, now once you get your group together, however you do it, whether you choose people, if you like me and you don't got nobody around you, say for instance you may be locked up in a solitary confinement or something, you're going to have to choose people in your mind and put them in it. You can do that too. You can just choose people when you're doing your meditations and your affirmations and your so-called prayers or whatever. Put people in and say, I want you to be a part of my original casting. You send them a message every night. You have to speak to them. Almost like you speak to your ancestors, except they're still alive, of course, in physical bodies. You got to send out messages to them every single night. You got to do this thing. So once you do that, and you get this going or whatever, you guys are going to have to learn how to start communicating with each other without speaking. That's so key, because many people got gangs and they gang bang and they got all these ways of communicating and all of this, but they getting on phones. Yeah, they may have phones that aren't able to be tracked and traced by the FBI, by them alphabet boys. I don't even want to call them that. I don't even want to say their full name. I'll just say the alphabet boys. So they may have phones that can't be tracked by the alphabet boys and things of that nature, but you still talking on phones. It's just phones at the end of the day. So somebody can compromise you. It could be, see, there's extraterrestrial groups out there, and I'm not making this stuff up, that can hack into even, say for instance, the FBI might not have the technology, or the Alphabet Boys might not have the technology, but say for instance, the Andromedans might. There's extraterrestrial groups. The Pleiadians might. The Arcturians might. The Arcturian group might. So there's extraterrestrial groups out there too now that can peep your intel even way before the FBI get it. So you guys got to have a way of communicating without speaking. Very key. No not up to my at all. No phones. You really may even have to get to the point where you guys don't even see each other. When you do see each other, if you do come in contact with people that are in it, don't never talk about it. Don't never talk about nothing about this together. Don't talk about nothing about, yeah, man, how your astral pyramid going? None of that. Once you start this, do not speak about it verbally. I can do that because this is my part of my role of it is I'm the orator. I'm the one teaching you how to do it, which is a part of a movie within itself, mind you. But once you guys get activated, a lot of you are going to start coming in contact with me physically. You're going to start bumping into me. Like I said, I bump into people all the time. That's a part of the movie, though. Remember that. If you see me, you can bring it up like, yeah, I like that video you did on activating the astral pyramid or whatever. But don't start going into asking me a bunch of questions. And like, yeah, so, yeah, what part are you on and all of this? No. Don't speak about this. You have to learn how to demonstrate this thing without speaking. And that's how you activate what's called your inner transmitter. Remember that movie? Remember the video? It's going to be a movie in a minute, but remember that video I did called Ringing of the Ears? And I talked about how your ears ring. That means that there's an extraterrestrial group or some ancestor or something trying to communicate with you. That's what your inner transmitter is. Essentially, that's the beginning parts of it. When you look at the term inner transmitter, that's very key on understanding the inner transmitter. The inner transmitter exists in what's called your inner soul. You have 3 phases of your soul. Go back to my soul lost video to understand it. The inner soul, the outer soul, and the oversoul. You have to get into what's called your inner soul, which is going to help you to activate your inner transmitter. And then from there, once you activate your inner transmitter, you're going to have to essentially make what's called a transit. You're going to have to be in transient. What is transient? Like, you know, for you guys that are in New York, for instance, you guys that are in downtown New York, you have a transit system. You guys that are in Atlanta, you have the MARTA, the Metropolitan Atlanta Rapid Transit Authority or something like that. You know, where I'm at now, we have what's called the Metro. That's a transit system. The transit goes on a deep level, though. There's many levels to it. You're going to have to start making transits. You can even go into transactions. But to activate your inner ear, yes, you have to make transits. Well, you mean, what does this have to do with actually hearing something and being able to communicate with somebody? You got to move around and be able to send out communication from different points to make sure it's working. You see, you got to be able to send out communications from different points. When you make transits, like when you buy things at the store, that's a transaction. When you make a transaction, make sure you remember the total. Make sure you write down your total and things of that nature, because you want to remember the total when you make the transactions. That's very important. You got to remember how much it was, dollars and cents. And lastly, you have mitter, inner transmitter. You got to have might. You're going to have will. You're going to have to be in tune with the mitochondria, transmitter, the mitochondria aspect of your DNA. Very important. Very important. So you want to break, that's your inner transmitter. You have to be in tune with those things. There's a lot more I can say. I can't say it here again. A lot of people are leaving comments and stuff. You're going to have to go back to some of my old videos, because some of you are asking questions that I already answered in my old videos. And I'm in this movie. I'm putting together this physical pyramid. I'm right here, down here, right now. I told you guys I was going to let you see parts of it. So I'm putting together this studio/physical astral pyramid right now as we speak. So I'm busy as hell right now. So I try to get back to everybody, but a lot of times I can't. So it's up to you. It's up to you guys to be able to get in tune with that inner aspect of yourself and be able to find that part of yourself so that you can figure out what I'm talking about, put all these pieces of the puzzle together. So that's going to do it for me. Got to stay in tune, stay on point. I don't want to make this too long. I got some shit to do right now out here in the hood. Finish what I'm doing or whatever, but I appreciate you guys for listening. I appreciate you guys for watching. I'm going to go ahead and shut down. And as always, until we meet again, I'm going to leave you in a Hotep, Namaste, good vibes.